I felt like I did a disservice to the Reds. I didn't really give enough time. I was coming home from work, and yeah, I needed to get something out there. But now that I'm home watching highlights, I got to talk about these Red Men again. I won't take too much time, and whoever's watching, I needed to let this off my chest. You talked about the fight determination to not only get back into games, but to snatch games and just make it theirs. Um, the work rate and all that. I need to talk about again the force and the fortune. Uh, and Gakpo was just a legend today, amongst other players, to be honest. But to be that Firmino esque kind of guy in that moment, and some other parts of his game, I feel like it might be a little bit more agile than Robbo, but than Bobby Firmino. But to run the guy down, get him out of here off the shoulder, force the turnover. Young Bradley on it over to Diogo. The amount of dog you got to have in you, like Diogo had, to keep that ball alive, knowing what the score is, knowing what the score is in general, but also literally the score, but knowing what this team really wants and what we were close to getting not too long ago. Just saying. The fight, and this is what, when you hear about players who run through a brick wall for managers, you've heard that about Jose, maybe Pep, but you definitely heard about Klopp. This is what you're seeing right here. This is it. Depleted in some significant areas on this team, and yet there's no excuses. Now, there'll be some other teams whose names won't be mentioned here, but who'll have excuses for not having certain players. But goalkeeper, although we all back Kelleher, it's still a changed squad. You know what I mean? And yeah, maybe some of that. Again, I didn't watch the first half. Maybe that's what happened in the first half. I don't know, but from what I saw a team that knows who they are and realize that they are that team. They are those dudes. No matter who's coming in, that's just what it is. It's led by example from senior players, and it was a beautiful moment where I'm gonna be all over the place, so you got to rock with me. It's a beautiful moment after we score. I always like to see the teammates and how they respond to whoever scored. So Curtis Jones gets the goal. You see him, and then you look at other people and how they react. And the view was beautiful because it showed Van Dijk, sort of in the background, but you can, could see him pretty clearly the way the camera was. And at first, I just thought he said, "Oh yeah, it's cool," but he was doing this, like, "All right, come on, let's get back. Let's go win it now." And that's just a profession. That's just like the big brother. Like, all right, yeah, come on, let's go. And he's probably frustrated from. I did see the highlights of the first goal that they got, or the only goal that they got, and Van Dijk could have done better. A few dudes could have done better, but when you look at it, Van Dijk is the one who caused the ball to go back into a territory that we don't want, an area of the field that we don't want them to be in. And then even on the defending the shot, I don't know what he was doing with that, making himself small. It's such weird defending to me. I don't know why whoever it is, but it happened to be Van Dijk this time. It's VVD, love him, but I'm gonna critique certain things no matter who you are. And that was a moment. That was a moment that he would probably love to have back. Not good, and you can see body language and how he looked afterwards. But it's only people I want to talk about. Yeah, but Gakpo, the fact that he just, he's the guy who gets that, who is sort of the engine to getting that first goal, the roots of getting that first goal. The determination to force the turnover. Diogo did what he did, but I'm pinpointing Gakpo right now. And then of course he gets the second goal. Look, we're all human and we all judge players and look at players differently and all that, but it's always been amazing to see the reaction that I see fans have, or just the way they talk about certain players on the team. And then of course, when that player shows who they are, or maybe sort of has always been showing who they are, but they have a moment, a special moment. It's like, oh yeah, I've been around all this time. That's why he just backed the squad. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get to Nunez, but Gakpo was just really special today, and I just love how each player is just heightening their game, particularly when it counts. You know what I mean? I mean, it almost feels like these guys are real cocky about it. Like, let's parlay for the first hour, maybe first 75 minutes. And then we'll just, you know what I mean? Like, because the way they do it is just so, it's just so determined and straight. And like, you see I mean, to watch the highlights back, to see it live is one thing, but to really observe it and slow it down, rewind it, and all that, and see certain angles and stuff is this team is really something special, man. They really are, and I just love how no matter how much we as supporters or rival fans or whatever, or commentators, pundits, whatever, say, "Oh, Liverpool really going to struggle without Salah." Look, maybe we will. As of since he's been gone, I wouldn't say we've struggled. Now, you could say we've struggled to score goals maybe earlier or more. I don't know. But I got to be honest, Salah in or not, I love these kind of wins, man. I love the sort of, again, get it out the mud, man. Just dig it out. Find a way, force the fortune. But yeah, again, Curtis Jones just being sort of the cocky motherfucker he is. Let's just be honest. Because I can see everyone in unison. No, Curtis, what do you do? Goal. You know what I mean? And I love it. I love his response to it. I love him hyping the crowd up. I love how he's dapping his brothers up on the team. I love these dudes. I love Curtis. I love everybody, all these guys, man. They just special. Nunez. I'm gonna close out with Nunez. I think. Was anyone else want to talk about? Young Bradley on the flank on the as a fullback. I mean, crazy. I mean, even after we had basically won the game, still time left. I mean, the tenacity this kid was showing to beat a man, to nick a ball, a good pass to a player. Like, there's some moments in that second half that I saw that it was kind of like, ooh, what's that about? But at some point he got into it, got in the groove, and it's a lot of times with young players, when dudes around you they moving so in sync and smoothly, it's easy to kind of fall into that. You know what I mean? I mean, not say easy, but it surely isn't as difficult as maybe what Besetic had to deal with, and even was flourishing in that around some dudes that just weren't really bringing their game like that for one reason or another. So bless up to the youth in this squad in general, because they have such a beautiful sort of model to go after. And it was a nice moment too where they had Klopp on the bench with I forget the young kid's name, but just coaching him, basically talking to him, and the way the guy was looking at Klopp is just like he feels how blessed he is to even be having this moment. So again, another night for the youth, for the club, for us, and all that, but for the young dudes in the team, man, that are stepping up and doing their thing. They're not just on the team sheet. Like, they are actually a player who, at the end of the day, when this game is remembered or talked about, they will be in the conversation. No doubt. There's no question. So, look, I think it was good to sort of have a flip-flop, have our strongest defense this game, not last game, in terms of just who was playing as a partnership in the central defense. And then we did something maybe kind of crazy, wacky, that worked, though, in attacking sense. It ended up working. So, but Nunez, I mean, it's 2 assists, man. It's 2 assists. And it's almost like watching a kid watching him play, because he has so much energy to just be a nuisance, you know what I mean? And do his best to get goals, and to see his reaction when he doesn't get it, it's like watching, and then, depending on who you ask, they would say he is a kid, but you can't help to root for the dude, because I'm going to say this, and other people think I'm crazy. Nunez is one of the best strikers in the world. Look, I know we don't always get the return on it, because, look, as frustrating as it is to see him miss chances that he should be putting away, again, a lot of that he's making himself in terms of the runs he makes, or just on his own. The dude Nunez is phenomenal. Seriously, I'm being serious. And what I want to praise him about today and in general is that's how you make your mark on the game. Okay, you can't get the goals. Had some great opportunities. The header was probably one of the best I've seen from him. Great attempt. Didn't get it. Another moment where I think young Bradley put a ball in. He couldn't capitalize on that. But the 2 assists, man. If I'm not mistaken, he was the last person to touch it before Curtis Jones did for the first goal, right? And then the second goal was an outright obvious assist. Nunez is one of them ones. I'm trying to tell you, man. Nunez is a 1-on-1. In a real, pardon what I'm gonna say, in a real retarded, weird, like strange way. He's 1-of-1. I'm telling you. Just watch this space. Keep watching Nunez and remember this video. The dude, what he brings to our team, the frustration to the side, and I know it may be hard to put it to the side, of him missing chances. If you could just put that to the side and just watch his overall game and what he brings to the team and how he opens up things for the team, for himself, and I'm telling you, he's a special dude. And look, once he does start clicking on a more regular basis with goals, bruh, our attack is already, in my opinion, lethal. You never know what you're gonna get from any dude. I love having that. I love having that. You know, that's why for me, I was never Salah's a big player. We get that. That's obvious. I was never concerned. And like I said, even if, you know, it helps that Diogo's there, but even if he wasn't, Louis can go nuts. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. You know what I mean? Gakpo can do his thing. We just talked about Nunez. There'll be maybe some higher pressure situations, but again, as the team has shown, we're going to get goals regardless because we're forcing our own fortune. So you're going to get Curtis Jones getting a goal here or there. You're going to get Elliott. You're going to get different dudes. I want to see Joe Gomez score a goal so bad. I mean, football gods, it's about time. Let my man get his G. My man Jogo, he got to get that G, baby. But we find ways to get the goals. We find ways to get wins. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Y'all don't care about all the other foolishness, man. It's so much football these dudes are playing, particularly with added time and all that, and just in general for their countries, you know, whatever. To see that there's still energy, honestly, that there's energy in the tank to do what it takes in a game like that. The physical ability, the endurance. I mean, that's why these dudes are like gladiator athletes, man. But anyway, just wanted to come back. I'm just so excited watching these highlights, man. Watching Klopp, watching the players, of course. It's just beautiful, man. Because seeing that highlight when Fulham scored, you'd have thought, you know, are we at Fulham Stadium or what? Like, the crowd was wild. And, you know, I know for long periods of time, Liverpool fans at the stadium were probably a little on edge. Maybe it was getting a little too late to the end of the game before you did something. But if you know, like me, at this point, you just can't count these dudes out. I don't care what the score is. I mean, but particularly 1-0, I had no worry that we'd lose this game. Definitely not to no Dan Willian, all due respect. But I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Just love seeing the dudes. I'm sure there's some players I didn't mention, but that's the thing. I mean, everybody was just on it from what I saw in that second half, like I said. But just proud of him, man. And may it continue. Till next time.